Well, isn't this something? I haven't been on ET Canada's live ever. Look at that. See how do I turn off the comments? Because I don't want it to be on. How is this gonna work? First of all, we need to be up like this, don't we? What the heck? Hey guys. Hey. Okay. So today, I haven't been on ET Canada's live before. I've just done them on my personal one, but I haven't done them on here. So how's everybody doing? Are you all having a really good day? It's Tuesday, but it definitely feels like Monday. I'm sort of all upside down and mixed up. Is anybody else upside down and mixed up? Yes? No? Anyone? A wave. Yes. Hi. All right. Well, today I'm super excited because we're going to have Carlos PenaVega on here. And she's in the new drama comedy, Mighty Oak. And we want to talk about that, but I also want to talk to her about living in Hawaii and sort of raising her kids in the natural lifestyle. She talks about that quite a bit. So on top of being an incredible, movie star, she's got all these other really cool things going on that I think that we can all learn from. So I'm going to see if she is ready to go. Is the reception good? Just going to check with everybody before we start. Reception good? Feels good? All right, let's try. Graham O'Neill's on here. Hi. Just tell me if it's... I may have to switch off something. How's that? That might be better. Oh, reception's great. Guys. Blurry now, but now it's good. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Eric. Okay, good. We're good to go. All right, where is she? All right.
Hello! How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'm so jealous. Where in Hawaii are you?
We're on Maui. I know. We live such a terrible, terrible life out here. I originally was downstairs, but our Wi-Fi is being so dodgy. That's the only thing with the island. You really do come here to disconnect, and the Wi-Fi just cuts like in and out. So I don't think I can do Instagram Live on a computer where I'm like hardlined in. So this is what you got.
I love it so much. Listen, I'm a huge fan, not only because of all the work you do, obviously on the big screen and everywhere else, but also, and I want to talk about this later, but your natural lifestyle. I'm like completely
thanks.
for it. I think it is so cool how you're encouraging families to look beyond themselves. And I know I would really love to talk about all of that.
Absolutely.
First, I really want to talk about Mighty Oak, the new drama comedy. Tell us all about it.
So Mighty Oak is it's so rad. We love music, and it's about this prodigy kid who in real life is really a prodigy. Like, he's unreal. Tommy Reagan, I think he's like 11 or 12 now, but it all kind of started because he was this epic guitar player, and this whole movie was kind of inspired by him, but he still had to audition for the role. So he still worked hard for the role. Right. But he's just such an incredible kid, and they wanted to kind of highlight all the things that he can do in the movie. And the cast that they got together for this was a project made fully out of love. This was not a glitz and glamour movie where like you show up and you have your big trailer or whatever. Everybody was kind of rough in it, but I like that better because everybody's in it because they want to be there, because they absolutely love what they're doing. And the movie's special. So it's about this group of musicians, and they're on their way to their biggest gig yet, and they end up getting into a tragic accident and losing their front man. And 10 years later is when we meet up with them. And it's funny because hope comes in the smallest packages, and in walks this beautiful, adorable little 10-year-old boy who's a prodigy guitar player and just flips their whole worlds upside down and brings their dreams back into their lives.
This is fantastic. And your husband's in it also?
Yeah, he's okay. Yeah,
I like that.
Carlos we try to work together as much as possible, or at least as long as, you know, people will allow us to work together until they get sick of us together. So it was nice finding a project where we weren't love interests, but I think we were only, I think, on screen together 2 times in this movie. But my character is Valerie. She is a mom who's struggling with lupus. I know at first a lot of people kind of think that maybe she's a drug addict, but she's actually dealing with lupus, and she doesn't have access to proper, you know, things to take care of herself. So you kind of see her going to extremes in order to try to heal herself up and take care of her child. And then Pedro is Carlos. That's who he plays. And he's just wild and a nut. I feel like that is the closest to Carlos he's ever played. Just like this fun, outgoing guy. And it was really fun to watch him play that role.
That's amazing. So what do you love most about working with your husband, and what do you not like about working with your husband?
You know,
someone says, where is your husband?
He's downstairs with the kids. I was just downstairs with them, but the Wi-Fi kept cutting out, so I had to come upstairs. I feel so badly,
good.
but I know. I might have to sneak down before this is over if the Wi-Fi will sustain.
Awesome.
So the thing I love most about working with Lois is we believe that this industry was not set up for families, not set up for marriage. It's very so difficult.
Right.
You go, you travel, and you're separated for such a long period of time. It's just not healthy for relationships. Like a little bit of time, that's fine. You do your thing, but you know, like over and over and over again, you get used to that, and it's almost difficult coming back.
Single. It's like
it's a very strange thing. And then we all know how sets are. Sets are very flirty, very, you know, it's like summer camp. Sets are like summer camp. So for us, we just felt like it was the healthiest thing for our marriage, the healthiest thing for our family and raising children. We go absolutely everywhere together.
Yeah.
And I don't
think
really
you're right,
have
though.
a downside to that. I don't.
No, there would be just upsides. I mean, I think you're so right. It is not normal in a relationship to be away from your partner for 6 months at a time and then expect to come back together and everything be fine and everyone pick up where it's very taxing over and over and over again.
Well, we're always growing, right? We're always changing, learning new things about ourselves, whether it's dietary stuff or just emotions, that if you're not doing that together, you come back a very different person and you come home to a very different person. So it's super important to really stay connected and consistent, especially for our kids. I mean, if we want to be good parents, we're in this together. So it starts.
No, you have to be a good team in order to be good for your kids, for them to see it and emulate all of that, for sure. You have so many loyal fans, including myself and my kids, with Spy Kids. What is it like to have all of your fans and their kids growing up with you?
Watching it? You know, it's one of those movies that you still go back. It gives you that nostalgic feel.
Sure does.
Total nostalgia. So I went the other day and I tried to get my kid to watch it, Ocean, the older one, like a year ago, and he was not having it, still too young. But he just got into it this year, and we're so excited, like in the last month. So he'll ask to watch Spy Kids 2. That's the one that he really likes, and that happens to be my favorite, so it makes me really happy. But I just think it's like that nostalgic feel. It was one of the first movies that really highlighted that kids can do things that adults can do. And that are like using your imagination, and it built up family. You know, we were also a Hispanic family, which was kind of rare at that time. You know, now we see it more, but at the time, you didn't see it a whole lot. So it was really cool to just see the culture, the family aspect, the love, and just raising kids up going, hey, guess what? You are capable of being powerful and awesome as well.
Absolutely. So speaking of family, like I said, I've got, you know, you talking about making the lifestyle change to natural. Talk a little bit about that and how that transformation has been for you guys.
Absolutely. You know, I was always that person. So our good friends were super organic, making sure that everything was clean. And anytime they'd come over the house, they'd be like, you guys should really look into this. And we would make fun of them. I was that person that's like, you stay over there. I'm going to eat my chemicals. I'm fine. I would like eat all my candy right in front of them. And I really didn't care. But I think it's that the ignorance is bliss. So for so long, I knew there was more out there, and I was surrounded by people who would eat healthy, but I just didn't care. And I think I also was just so trusting that it can't be that bad. Like, it's bad, but it's not that bad.
Then when you go down the rabbit hole and read,
it's a rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole completely. So a little over a year ago, our closest friends here on island lost their 10-year-old son to cancer, and that was tragic. And the first, the couple months leading up to Taven's passing, we just started researching everything about cancer, how to prevent it, what happens once you have it. And the more and more we started to dig, everything came back to food. Everything. It was just all food. What you're putting in your body, what you're putting on your body, what you're using, as as your cleaners on a daily basis. So the more and more we started to research, we just started with little things. We would just read the package and go, okay, like this is free of parabens, this is free of, other things. And because the big switch was, it's kind of hard overnight. I mean, you can, but we also didn't want it to be like a fad thing where you switch and then you go right back. So we just slowly started integrating, and I'm still integrating little things. But this month we're trying vegetarian, which is really tough because I am a Colombian girl who grew up on a farm. so
that would be hard.
So it's really hard. But Carlos has been reading this book, and he's just like, we have to do vegetarian for the month. Like, we just have to try it. I'm just reading too much. And I'm proud of him because this is the first time he's really researching. But what I would say is this: don't feel overwhelmed, because you can feel super overwhelmed when it comes to like a more natural lifestyle. And when you start to learn, your eyes really are open. But don't be fearful, because fearful breeds other bad stuff. So
I'd say get excited, because I feel like when you realize what you're doing for your family and how much better everyone eventually will feel, it's pretty spectacular.
It really is. It really is. I mean, I feel like everybody was on board. Like the kids weren't like weird about it. I mean, if you think about it, we're getting quality food now, so they're not getting all the junk. We never get sick. I mean,
you said you cleaned out your medical cabinet. Like you went,
we have
boom.
Zero. We have nothing. I don't like the last time I even think I took like even a Tylenol or something was a few years ago. So we just
been
don't.
Feeling great.
And here's what's great. If I get into a car accident, let's say, I'm not going to go home and eat Brussels sprouts and broccoli. I'm going to go to the hospital. Like, modern medicine is fantastic. But if my body is not prepared going into something like that, a lot of times our body's already so depleted because of what we're doing to them. And then you get into something like a tragic accident. When you go into fight to try to sustain your life, it is so much harder because your immune system is a mess. Your whole body is already fighting to keep itself alive. And now you've just added another element. So for us, we want to do
doing the homework. It's like doing your homework at home.
We want to be armored up as much as possible prior to something like that.
So then I have to ask you this, and this is like me just asking for me. You talked about essential oils. I think they're so important and so incredible.
Great.
So where do you get your oils? What ones are your favorite?
So I always tell people, like, look, I like the brand that I use, but what I always tell people is find a brand that works for you. Do your research, look up different companies, see how they grow, because you want to make sure that the essential oils that you're getting are not just from the store that are loaded with chemicals, because those are terrible for you. Make sure that they're organic essential oils, or they come from a very reputable company. And then get an arsenal. Like I say, get oregano, clove, lemon. I mean, anytime something happens, I always go to those. Lavender works for like everything. I'm a firm believer in essential oils. But I always get annoyed when people are very pushy about them. So I'm like, listen, it's about essential oils. It's not about your company. So just make sure that you're educating people and not.
Look at this. Someone says, ylang. Everybody's in on it. They're like, yes, throw it out there.
So yeah, for me, it's really about the power that's in essential oils.
Yeah, I love that. So can you take us on a tour downstairs to see the family?
Okay,
and if it cuts out, I'll wrap it up in a nice
We'll go real fast, and then I know
Look at this. We're going on a house tour.
For
Where are we going?
Interview. Okay, so
we're in Maui, right? We're in Maui?
Yeah, we're on Maui, but I hear a screaming child, so we'll see. Oh no, Kingston!
Oh, what did we walk into? Oh no.
You know what? It might not work because Kingston is very upset.
It might not work. And that's family.
For the photos. Okay, anyway.
But I do love it.
Thank you guys. I'm going to go deal with my screaming child and help Carlos.
Listen, you got to do it. Okay.
Yeah, is Kingston crying? I'm gonna go help him right now. Thank you, baby.
Okay, you are
This
so
is real
good.
life, guys.
This is real life. This
life.
is what Insta Story Live is all about.
Can you say bye? Bye.
Bye, sweetie. How are you? Are you having a good day?
Good day. Should we go help Kingston? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, help mommy.
Bye.
Okay, bye. We'll talk soon. Okay, bye. See, Insta Story Live, you never know what you're going to get. And I feel like when we go on these house tours, that's kind of fun. All right. Well, that's it, everybody. I hope you guys love you too. Hope you guys had a really, really good start to your week. Like I said, it's Tuesday, but it feels like Monday. But some good food for thought there, certainly with Alexa. So have a really good day today. Make sure you join us tonight on ET Canada, because we're talking about the Royals. We're talking about BTS. We're talking about it all. Carlos and I are on the show tonight. So we can't wait to see you. Okay. Bye, everybody.